Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another edition of Body Mind Practices to Enhance Resilience and Immunity. Just one moment. All right. We have a wonderful set of practices planned for you today, and we have Dr. Khan Bakshi, who is going to be leading the practices. So before we have him on and kick off these practices, just wanted to request two things. One, if you have any issues with your audio or video, make sure you reach out to us with the chat box below, and we'll do our very best to assist and guide you there. And also, at the end of the session, we'll have, as always, an option to share any inspirations, any learnings, and just benefits that you've gained thus far. So please open up and share. We love to hear from you. So without further ado, over to Dr. Khan Bakshi.
Thank you and welcome everyone. Today it's going to be a very special practice, and then again, all practices are special because we are special. You are special. This is a special day. And one of the things I'm going to begin with is a promotion for reading for you. It's a very important point that I'm going to make. And so if nothing else, if we can start doing something on a daily basis, I just want to pitch in for this, okay? And that's called earthing. Now we do earthing, the way we do the earthing all the time, but how often are you really walking on the grass? How often are you removing your shoes, or maybe, non-conductive? If you have non-conductive shoes or rubber shoes, etc., how often are you doing it during the day? How often you're laying down outside? Or is it cement, whatever that is? So the reason why I'm going to do this is the book I want to suggest. You get it. If you want to get it, that's great. It's called Earthing. It's a fantastic book. And it just gives a really good understanding about why earthing, okay? Now I just want to show you one particular picture out of this, just so that you have an idea about a couple of pictures I'm going to show you. If you have an idea about what happens earthing, there is a lot of current that comes from the sun to the earth. And then we get like an envelope. And we have a positive ions or positive electrons that create in our body. We call that all these, metabolic factors and stuff like that. And that's what we want to get rid of. It could be because of disease or whatever. But look at this picture. This picture shows you very well what happens when there's no earthing on this side. 350 volts, that's a lot of current. And look at the earthing, how it creates like an umbrella. When the earthing occurs, there's an umbrella. And this is picture, you just put it in your mind. Think about it. When you do that, whenever we do these practices and all, we are creating a little zone of our own energy. You see that? This picture, zone of energy. That we can do it with Tai Chi as well, but earthing would be absolutely beneficial. Now, you'll ask me, why if this is a situation, why don't we get electrocuted every time we walk out? We should get a shock, right? But we don't, because simple reason is because air is not a good conductor of electricity. And of course, the atmosphere, it has to be correct amount of thing. And now I'm just going to show you one more thing about interesting curve before we move on to practices. You see, when the conductive shoes were not being used, this is the area of diabetes, and look at what happened. Diabetes went up when the conductive shoes started being used. But there are so many chronic diseases that come with earthing, and there's lots and lots of information. So let's do this. Ground yourself every day and do it actively, please, because that's one of the easiest, is the cheapest way to do it and get the most benefit. Okay, so I know it's a promo for this, but it's very extremely helpful, beneficial. So today we'll be dealing with some amount of, breathing techniques and how we can actually utilize a lot of breathing techniques throughout our own practices that we are doing anyway. And so the first time we'll do some of that. Some of the practices you are aware of, but we'll have breath focus on that. And then we'll add a little bit of tapping to show you in one of the sections, particularly when we do the, when you're having aches or pains or something. So I'll further that tapping a little bit today. And then we'll actually end with the Tai Chi that we began a little bit. And then there's some more. I'll keep a little bit time for talking to you about another program that's coming up. And Oleg and I will talk to you about that. So let's get started with the practice. Just adjust yourself. Feet are grounded. K1 point is right in the front here. Kidney point. And kidney point is the one that connects the maximum amount of the electromagnetic forces. So that's right in the center here, in your foot, between the toes, between the big toe and the last toe. So connect that toe, okay? Connect that for sure. Now, engage the tripod that you have, the 3 points. If you engage the 3 points, you will be actually grounded. Feel the grounding occurring with the energy going down into the earth, deeper with the roots, into the center of the earth, all the way. And you got to really steady, very steady. And let the energy from the earth travel up all the way and beyond. Adjust your posture. Relax. Do a quick body scan to relax everything. Internal body scan with your internal vision. Say hello to every area of your body this morning. Thank you for waking up. Adjust your breathing now. Make it more abdominal. Let the ribs come apart as you breathe in and out. And focus. Spend some more moments checking your relaxation. Next thing we will do is we'll stand at ease, just a little bit leg further apart. And then we'll connect the palm and see if you can feel the chi. Now, chi can be interpreted as a lot of things. Chi is energy, chi is vitality, chi is actually everything, and the whole life. But today, for the purposes of practice, we'll consider chi as breath. So let's do that. Today will be the breath focused chi. Separate the hands slowly. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, exhale. Think about what is happening when you inhale. The air from between the two energy that you created, that's going in. and exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Just think about what you just did. Did you inhale? Did you suck some air from here going in? Maybe you did. Think about it. Inhale. Exhale. Or when you inhale, the air went into the hands and then it came out from here to the two palms and your chi ball increased. What happened? How was your chi flowing? Now let's do the other way around. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. What's the difference? Which one do you prefer? Let's turn the palm up. It's for your own practice. You can, when you practice, it's your preference and see where you want to connect your circulation of the chi. Now get the chi, inhale and exhale. Just a short. Inhale. It's going up to the nose and exhale. Let's go the air, only go up to the nose and this part, inhale and exhale. Now let's focus the breath, the chi, to go into various areas of our body. So when I'm going to do this, inhale, send all the air into the head area. So let's inhale. Can you feel that? Head getting cooler. Now collect all the negatives that you want to get out of there and exhale. Focus only on the head receiving the chi, the breath. Then go to the eyes. Get the eyes some chi. Let's get to the ears. Do it at your own pace. Let's give it to the mouth. Let's give it to the heart now. Lungs. Liver. Your right side. spleen, your left side. Are you feeling the oxygen or the chi going there? Focus and see if that part gets cooler or warmer. Next to the belly. Spend a couple of moments. How did every area feel to you? Turn to your right. Step out. Breathe in. Collect the chi from the right side. Gather the chi from the surroundings. And shower it from the top to the bottom. As much as you can bend down to the foot. Inhale again. Inhale the yin and give it to the organs as you do this. And exhale. Bend your front foot. Straighten your back foot. Inhale. Shower. Inhale. Exhale. Turn the center. Step in. Turn to the right, to the left. Step out. Exhale and inhale. Just continue the inhalation, exhalation cycle. Focus on the air going in and coming up. It's all about the chi. The slower the movements, the more chance for every area of the body to get proper oxygen. Timing is everything. If you are too fast, the areas will not relax. Will not have chance to get enough oxygen and get rid of things that you don't want. Last one. Turn back, step back in. Now we'll do the arms. You did the legs, do the arms, and breathe in, extend your right arm, and circulate the chi. Breathe in. Let the breath go down onto the left arm. Feel the breath going in there. I'll give it to the timers. We create a lot of immunity for everything. Let's just shake off as much as you want. Now, the way we would do the breath, increase the breath in and exhale with a lot of force. For example, take a nice deep breath and now this is just one or two spots, but let's do it a little bit more continuously. Now, this is one of the types of breathing. We'll do a little bit more on breathing, but let's do this a little faster, only to the extent that you can handle it. If you do it too fast, you may feel dizzy. Enough air in, enough air out. Then you will not feel dizzy. Slow down. The chi, we will going to rotate in an infinity pattern, figure of 8. Breathe in and breathe out, the air all around us. It's infinite supply. We have it. Start bending down. Watch the whole, that system of air moving, the chi moving, and breathe in and out. Relax. Let the hands be totally relaxed. As you create this infinity pattern all around you, you are an infinite energy person. Infinite energy within you. Feel it all around. Breathe in and out. As much as you can tolerate. Slow down. One of the breaths that we will make sure that we will carry forward today as awareness is called remembering breath. So, when do we remember the breath? Often we take it for granted. We're just breathing. So, one suggestion we have is every hour, take 5 breaths. Conscious breaths. While you're doing some work, think of breathing. I know the breathing is occurring all the time. Think of breathing. So breathe. Remembering breath is a very crucial aspect if you're going out somewhere, walking, driving, not much going out right now, but still, whatever you're doing, if you're sitting and there's a television on, commercial comes on, breathe. Or if you don't like the show, breathe during the show. Breathe. And consciousness of breathing. This will give the control of the consciousness mind to the subconscious, and it gives a proper message to say, I want to breathe this way. So whatever way you're going to breathe, be aware of the breath. It's very crucial. So awareness of breath is one. We're going to, now the next one I'm going to talk about is we did the abdominal part, so that you can practice. But the next one I'm going to do is the breathing the nostrils. It's called nasal cycle. And what's the nasal cycle? Nasal cycle is, right now, just take a nice deep breath. Do you feel both nostrils open? If you consciously do it, you'll probably have air going to both nostrils. However, the nasal cycle means one nostril works more than the other. It is about 2 hours, approximately, between 20 minutes to 2 hours. It depends upon various individuals and type of nose, but approximately 2 hours. And why is that? It's a very nature's way of making sure that the inside knows that the area does not dry out. It's moisturizing, and the moisturized air should go to the lungs. So one nostril continues to work, and then it has to create some more moisture, otherwise it will dry out. So the other one starts. Now it is often noticed, and this is a very crucial part to think about with the breathing, that if only one nostril is working beyond that time, especially 3-4 hours time, 4 hours and more, that is either a predisposition to disease or a problem that's already happening. How powerful is that understanding? So think about that going forward today. Think about which nostril and just check it yourself. Make sure your hands are washed for this, so that we're going to do some nostril breathing. But that is the importance of the two nostrils. Now, it can be congested and all that, but these particular practices will help lessen the congestion. So let's do this, and I'm going to show you the way we do this is have these two fingers like this and last fingers. This is just an easy thing to do. You can do it both hands, but just the right hand is fine, your right hand. And the one presses the nostril and the thumb presses the other nostril. The other two fingers are up. Usually when we are doing meditation and when we are sending the oxygen or the meditation up, these two are going to the third eye. It's like showing the go up there, that type of up arrow. But that's how it is held. So let's do this. Close your right nostril with the thumb and breathe through the left nostril. Breathe out through the left nostril. Notice where it is going. Is it going on the left side of the body, left side of the brain? Is there a difference between this side of the head and the other side? Let's do that again. It is actually, that's exactly what happens in this. This gives a lot more. And how do you find out? They did studies. The studies were with the smell. For example, they keep something to smell. How does the smell travel? And where is it recorded? This is all done even through the analysis of the brain waves too. They've done this. So the left brain is getting more. And the left brain is all what? It is the sun part, and it is the judgment, is the reasoning. So let's work with that. Intelligence. If you want to figure out some difficult math problem, do this. And you'll find a solution. Now, close the left nostril and breathe to the right. Do you feel the other side of the head being a lot more cooler? Okay. Now we'll do something, the alternate nostril breathing. And in through one, and then the chi, in this case breath or chi, is going to travel from one to the other. So I'm going to start with my left nostril. Close the left nostril, open the right nostril, breathe out. Breathe into the right nostril. Chi going across. Breathe out through the left nostril. We'll do one more time. Breathe normally. Many times when sinus congestion is there, if one of the noses is blocked, this type of breathing will open that up. Now, the next thing we'll do is we'll make sure that the air goes in all the sinuses. So we've done this before. But let's breathe in, close your right nostril, and get that chi go into the sinus with a little massage. And breathe, continue breathing in and out through the left nostril. Also this side, there's a frontal sinus here. Let's change it. Regular breathing. How's that feel? Think about how you can manage and direct chi. What we are learning is how you direct your chi, the breathing in this case. Last but not the least, this is a very important one that I want to introduce to you, is the humming part. And humming is done from, you start the humming from the throat, back of the mouth and throat, and lips closed. Typically what we will do is we will do an example of it by chanting Om. I'm just speaking of a chant here. The rest of the humming I'll show you. But Om is what we're going to do. So let's do this. Put your hand on the throat and say Om. Feel the throat vibrating here as you start the A, U, and M. When you write that, instead of writing O-M, the exact pronunciation, because it's the way it is constructed, is A, U, and M, three of them. Om, like that. That's how it will go. Om. Let's do it one more time. And now this time you notice where the air is traveling, where the noise is happening. Okay. Trapping the air is what you're doing. You're trapping, first you're trapping here. Then you're trapping in the back of the throat, like, you know, back with the nose in the throat. We call that pharynx. And then we are closing the mouth, as you say, and that goes into the nose and the sinuses everywhere. This is important. So let's try just the talking through Om, just chanting. Take a nice deep inhalation and Om. Let's do it two more times. Inhale. For me, I have vibrations going here and also into the brain all the way. It's just vibrating like woo. So now the breathing part, where the breathing comes in. Chanting and breathing is very synchronous. In fact, all the chants in the world, you can share with me some chants that you guys are doing. Om is one. There are some special chants that we have. Buddhists say Om Mane Padmo Hum. It's just an example. And you may have other chants. But all the chants are arranged with a meter, with a special spacing for breathing. That's a very important part to think about. That these people were not, you know, they were very well studied in understanding the chi going somewhere. What is chi going to do? And the whole idea about the breath doing something positive for us. So the chants are created for that reason. So let's do that. But what we're going to do is, now I'm just going to take the inhalation first. And then as I exhale, inhale. What's the advantage? When you do this, first of all, notice that the inhalation is a little shorter, but full breath. Fill up the belly breath, you know, the diaphragm is way down. Fill it up, and then longer exhalation, like that. What that does is air stays around longer in the lungs, and you have more oxygen going. And when you say you're actually constricting the amount of air escaping. Let's do this the other way around, so you'll know. Take a deep breath and then open your mouth and relax, and let the air go through the mouth. Escapes very fast, isn't it? Open your mouth and breathe out. Now do differently. How much air is coming out? Less, isn't it? The resistance is what is important here. We are creating some resistance of the flow. Let's do it one more time. And there's one resistance in the mouth area, the throat area, first of all, then the back of the pharynx, and then the lip. There's a whole breathing technique called pursed lip breathing. Google that, you'll find out. But that's one more. Now, the second thing that happens with the resonation is called resonant breath, the Om breath or chanting. The resonant breath involves the noise goes there. More important part is it really somehow the noise creates so much of activity within the cells in the sinuses and all the sinuses, and also the lining of the nose. And that puts out something called nitric oxide. It's a gas that gets created. And this is very beneficial because it opens up the nose and all the breath and all the airways. It also opens up the blood vessels. And third thing is very crucial with this nitric oxide. And that is, it actually is antibacterial and antiviral. It's got two properties. It's an acid, you know. So it will lessen the amount of bacteria that is going to go inside your. And in this day and age, that's what you need. You need antiviral, antibacterial. So, in other words, chanting Om, or let's do it without that. Just the humming. Deep breath and hum. You can hum a song. Happy birthday to you, whatever you want to hum. Like that. You can hum. Whatever you want to hum a song. But that creates significant amount of benefits because of the breathing pattern that you're doing. So it enhances what we are talking about, the immunity, enhances your power, and really optimizes the breathing. Okay. So that's that. So the breath part is done, and I'm just going to do one movement review of the Tai Chi that we did, and we'll just go only one section, and then we'll finish. I'm just adjusting my breath. Open on my right. Make it the moon. Turn to your right. We're going to harmonize at the same level as heart mind. Keep the hand near the body. Inhale and exhale. Watch the legs. Adjust your legs the way you can do. This hand stays like that. Your eyes are fallen. Your eyes are watching the palm of the hand. Eyes are watching the energy ball that's being created. Eye, movement, and breathing coordination. It's a meditation in motion. Make it smooth, make it enjoyable, make it continuous. A slow motion movie. Do you like it? Feel the energy being balanced. Getting ready for the day. The perfect amount of yin and perfect amount of yang. Nothing less, nothing more. And the last time, you come around. Just go and experience the chi flow. Create a witness mind as you meditate now. And let the witness mind tell you what is your take-home learning for today. Just go through in your own mind what are the things that you are going to remember to do, or whatever the things are there. What did you learn? What was the most beneficial today in my practice? Go over and relive that experience right now. That's the beauty of Qigong. You can extend it beyond the movement into stillness. And from the stillness that you have right now, as you start moving forward, you carry that Qigong state with you. It's closed. Thank you. And over to Maulik.
Thank you very much, Dr. Bakshi. Just wanted to before we open up the floor, just wanted to, Dr. Bakshi, just share in regards to the upcoming summit that is going to be coming up in the interview that you have done. So if you can share a little bit about it, and then I will also be happy to tap onto that.
Sure. You see this special thing I'm wearing now, Oxygen Advantage. And that is because I was so happy to do the instructor training for this, and I really enjoyed that. But more importantly, a lot of things came together, and there's a Healer Within Summit interview that I just did. And this is going to be aired on 28th. And Maulik will put the link in for you. You just have to register. It's free. And register with a link. And the title of that is Optimizing Breathing. It's a short interview. It's not very long, but It's optimizing breathing. And if you go to that link, there are a number of speakers that actually started on the 15th of this month. I don't know if everybody's link will be alive, but each link is alive for at least 72 hours. So mine will be alive like 28th, and then it will be alive for 2 more days to 72 hours. There's one more thing that is in there, and that is I'm offering a free gift to everybody, and that is also on a link. You can click on the link, and if you want to, if you feel like, I will do a 20-minute breath pattern analysis for you. How are you breathing? Are you breathing appropriately or not? And studying breathing today, I focused on breath, as you understand why I did that. I just wanted to make sure that all of us, such a simple thing, it's an easy thing, it's a free thing. Breathing is free. Find out if it's not there. It's very expensive. So once we stop that, it's very expensive. So the other way around. So it's a free thing. Today we dealt with two things: earthing and breathing. I mean, that how free can you get? So how to learn and how to optimize. And the best part of this whole story is this, that I thought I knew it all. I'd learned a lot, in my medicine and everything else. And I realized that even to the rest of the world, in the scientific world, did not know exactly how the cells are asking for oxygen. Every cell in our body is asking for oxygen. When we short of breath or whatever, how do they ask? Science did not know this until last year. 2019, there were 3 people who got Nobel Prize. Just to tell you how recent this is. So I really enjoyed the learning part of it. I learned more important part of the practice part of it. And I'm just going to, oh, that's it. Okay, you have it. Good. So this is what it is. It's Unleash the Healer Within. And you'll see, if you want to scroll down a little bit.
I just put the actual image. I didn't put the whole Word document. I can put that on.
Okay, that's okay. They will have the Word. If you give them the link, they will have it. You will have the link. Okay, so you'll see that. Okay. But the important thing is that there are a couple of people who are actually going through some breath practices, and it's called Oxygen Advantage. But my whole thinking is that there are multiple ways of doing it, many ways of doing it. It's your breath. It's your life. It's your facing your challenges. How you breathe. Some people will be running, some will be swimming, some will be climbing mountains. Doesn't matter. Play tennis. You still have to breathe. How will you manage that breath? Managing breath is what it's all about. So yeah, I am wearing this, but managing breath. So I just want, I think the couple of people who can share a little bit of it, maybe, I think my brother is there somewhere. I see him. So maybe he can share, and then Maulik can share as well, a little bit of thinking about the breathing practices, and then the rest of, just is really open for the feedback. Go ahead.
All right, this is Kiran. First of all, thank you, Kalin bhai, for a nice breather in this practice. You all needed that. But having said that, I just want to, first of all, I do want to say that some of these sessions that you mentioned in this Healer Within, I have had the links, and they are very good interviews. I'm looking forward to the one that you have taped on to be aired on Sunday. So to share with the rest of the group, my experience, I have been now going through almost, I want to say 3 weeks of maybe more, but at least 3 weeks I remember of having first an analysis of my breathing pattern, and then different ways of extending your breathing. Whatever Colin talked about, the nitric oxide experience. And I experimented a variety of different things with what I learned from these practices. Particularly where I found that to be very, very useful is in slowing down my breathing, recovering when I'm actually, I do a lot of walking in the streets of Pittsburgh, which is, as you well know, a lot of slopes. And one thing I've noticed that it has begun to give me excellent breathing practice with those hills. One does not get breathless because of that. I found that to be very good to also do nasal breathing versus mouth breathing. So there are many things that one can learn from these practices. I thank you very much for getting the oxygen in my life.
You always had it. Thank you. Thanks for the feedback. Maulik, you have to say a couple of words here before we can open it up.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I think mine's been about the same length of time as well. And initially I had to be very conscious of doing some of the exercises and practice on a daily basis to make sure that I actually monitor that. And I think after a point it was more instinctual. And for me, it was just, I think I don't sleep that much during the night. I tend to stay up late and then wake up kind of early. I did get my sleep improved. I felt more rested in the morning, which was definitely something that was unique. I'm not a mouth breather. So, but still, I think it just doing some of these practices on a regular basis had that impact. And I definitely saw my improvement. I'm going to start running more regularly, and I'm sure it will show. But I know progressively speaking, with the Bolt score and a lot of these other measurables, it has shown an improvement in their area. So that's something, those are some things that I want to mention. And I feel that I'm a lot more aware of my breath. At the same time, I feel there's a lot of I feel I have more control over it too. I don't know if that even makes sense, but so that's something that I wanted to share from my end.
Thank you, Maulik. It's open for anybody to share today's practice and also any kind of feedback. I'm already seeing some of the comments, but please feel free openly to share. This is a very important, I don't think there is, let me put it this way. I don't believe there is anything more deeper and important than breath. That's it. Qigong, Tai Chi, you can, whatever name you want to give, that's not a problem. Breath is the ultimate handling, the way how you do it. And it makes makes your life healthier and all that, whatever you want. But awareness is very, very essential. So anyway, I'm just going to open it up. I'm going to stop here and give you guys, give us a feedback about today's practice and otherwise anything else you want to talk about.
Hello, this is Viraj.
Yes, Viraj. How are you?
I'm doing good. How about you, Kailan Bakshi?
Good.
That's good. And Maulik Bakshi and everybody from Bakshi people, family, everything was good with the movements, and I like the movements and breaths and the breathing and everything. It was useful, and the things from using the nostrils on the nose breathing. inhaling, exhaling, doing left and right. So everything was good. Good today. I understand what you said. I like the breathing part, and you should always, like you said, be aware of your breath, and I'm glad I'm breathing, not that Kiran Bakshi said, and thank you, Kailan Bakshi, Molik Bakshi, everybody. It was good, and we'll keep doing it. Thanks for now. Okay, have a good one, everybody.
Thank you, Viraj. Appreciate it very
All
much. Jagdish is raising hand. Jagdish.
Yeah, good evening. Good morning to you and good evening here in India. Kalin bhai, just want to confirm, nasal breathing is what we have always been doing, and pranayam is what we have been taught. First side, breathe in from one side and breathe out from the other side.
Okay.
But it was nice to understand the science behind it.
Right.
Probably it didn't get the depth of science till now. Yes.
Okay. Good to know that. The only question comes in, and I'm just going to put you as a little poser and you check it out. Start walking faster or run and see what happens to your breathing. Is it all nose or mouth and all? Just check it out, okay? I just want to keep that as in your mind.
All right. I will come back to you with the experience.
Right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Who is next? Chandrakant bhai had something to say. Okay. I guess not. Yeah, Chris.
Doctor, thank you for the nice workout today. I feel very relaxed. It was well done. I appreciate that. Good point here you're making. I'm interested in mastering my breathing because I learned 2 years ago when I began running 5K races that, as you said, once you get stressed in the moment, you begin to breathe through the mouth, taking all your breath through the mouth. That's not a good technique if you want to maximize A, the workout, and B, to be more competitive, or at least better your time.
Exactly.
So I've stopped because of certain issues there, but I want to pick it up again in the fall. But I understand, I want to maximize, I want to learn the proper way to do that. And that is exactly what you're talking about. So you hit a nerve with me in the fact that I'd like to master the better breathing for that purpose, for athletic purposes or for health purposes.
Sure. Thank you for bringing those points up. They are very crucial points, and lots of learning there, and we are all trying to master that anyway. So Chris, welcome and stay tuned, okay?
Very good. Thank you.
If I can go in for just a quick one for Chris, I just want to share this experience with you. These sessions that I mentioned earlier that I have had with Kalin for the last 3 weeks now. We started out with a breath analysis where I was. And believe me, there is something called bad breath. That's not what it stinks, but it's the way you breathe badly is what bad breath is all about. And in these walks, which require a lot of steep hills, and I'm talking about walking about 6-7 miles every day. These, you can get out of breath. And I used to have that when you're going up a steep hill, start breathing with the mouth. Now I have to tell you that with practices, all the time until I come home, I'm breathing totally through my nose, no open mouth. And I'm happy with that. So encourage you to follow what Kalin is talking about in these practices, okay? Very helpful.
Thank you.
Anybody else? Thank you. Thank you for the feedback.
There are many comments. I'm sure everybody's reading, whether it is from Mr. Jagdish Bush, from Gail, from Carol, and from Eileen, and in terms of the benefits that they've had. And I've put the link for the summit, Unleash the Healer Within Summit. So I'll put it up there again. And definitely check it out. And Dr. Bakshi, will they be able to then register for the free, the complimentary session?
Yeah, that link,
that?
That link is separate. Another one. It is in the flyer itself.
Right. So do we share that now? Or?
Yeah, please. If you want to share it, go ahead, share it. Yeah.
Okay.
If you can do it, it will be easier. But if you want to send the email, that's up to you too. But if you share the link now, it's good.
Okay.
That can, even the people on YouTube can get that too, So this is an open invitation, and you will go through something called Calendly. You pick your time and book your time, 20 minutes. That link will take you to the my availability, and then you can match.
So that is a complimentary breath analysis?
Yes, it is.
Could you send it by email?
Yes, I will be doing that as well. Yes.
Okay, thank you.
So
Yeah,
this is
no
this is what it is breathing pattern evaluation. Okay? Calendly is calendly.com. That's what it is. But yeah, you're going to send the email. That'll be good.
Yeah, I definitely need that because talking about my nose, I have a deviated septum, which I had the surgery. And I know even when I do my pranayam, when, especially the left one, when I'm trying to release it, it just comes out. The air will come up and I'm trying to close it. So, and I know I breathe through the mouth, which is not good. So I will definitely seek your help. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. I think we're good to go with that. Just wanted to thank everyone for joining us today. Be safe out there. Use a face mask, wash your hands, and use hand sanitizer, especially now more than ever. And take care of yourselves, and we will see you on Saturday. Have a good one.
Bye.
Thank you.
Yep. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Kailan Bakshi and Maulik Bakshi people. See you Saturday. Have a good one. It was good again. Thanks for now. Bye-bye. See you
Bye-bye.
later.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Aujo.
Aujo.
Okay.